Hello, Jaime here from Inky and Scrappy, sharing with you today a hidden rainbow card using Lawn Fawn's Platform Pop-Up and Unicorn Picnic, as well as a little sparkle and MFT's Straight Up Rainbow Dynamic. I am just coloring in two of the last unicorns that I need for this. I am using some neutral grays and just kind of keeping it light, my darker shades to the outside and then blending in towards the middle. And then I'm going to do some rainbow hair on these two. And I always start with two shades that can be, or two colors that can be blended with another one to make some new colors. So, you know, following your rainbow guideline. And here I did the pink on the inside and the green on the outside, and then I always connect them with the color that's going to make a prettier color in between, and then blend them out. Blend them out again on where they connect. And I'm going in with some Distress Oxides in Milled Lavender and Tumbled Glass for my clouds on my bases here. Just trying to kind of line it up. It's not going to be exact when I connect them, but I wanted it to be kind of close so they weren't totally askew. And then I will clean that up and I will fold these, just making sure that I didn't have any adhesive sticking over. I try to remember to always add my adhesive before I ink anything when it comes to an interactive, because that score tape does not stick well once you use ink, or you have to let it sit for a while or heat set. And this way it just works. And I decided I wanted to make the platform not stark white, so that's what I was doing there, just going in and adding a little bit of color to that platform piece before I added the tea. So I'm just putting these together really fast on screen. If you want a better view, you can go back and watch either the goat platform one, I think I did it in real time, or go on Lawn Fawn's YouTube and find Kelly's instructional video. And I'm just kind of figuring out how I want to do my rainbow. And I do cards in multiples oftentimes, not that they ever match, but they have similar components, and so since I was coloring one strip, I might as well color two. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm just coloring all the strips. You could have colored, you could die cut each color out of cardstock and do it that way. I just find it's easier to do the one pass with white and then just color them. And I'm just using some see-through tape here to line them up. And then I cut it in half because I knew I didn't need the whole length. And I used acetate on this piece, and the second card that I made, I just used white cardstock. I didn't need to do the acetate because you really, can't tell. I was just worried that in between my rainbow stripes you might see it, but it looks fine on the other one with just white cardstock. And when I did the cloud, I only glued the top half of it so I can sneak the rainbow up inside of it when I finish it. So I'm just adding in some pink to my rosy cheeks here, so they'll be glittery pink cheeks. And then I will sneak this one in there. And I did add some glue there, so it gave me a little bit of wiggle room. Otherwise, that tape would have grabbed and it wouldn't have let me wiggle it. So I'll let that dry, and then I'm going to start with my layers. And my goal for this card was to be able to set it on a tabletop and walk all the way around it without knowing which side is the front or the back, kind of, sort of. I mean, the front side's the cloud with the smiley face, but I wanted the back side to look pretty too. And so I'm just making sure that I cover anything on the back side that doesn't look the prettiest. So I go in and add some Distress Oxide, whatever was left on my brush. I didn't grab any new, just to give it a little bit of color for the clouds there. And then I'm just taking some of those little pieces and adding in some glittery clouds. And a lot of this you won't see because the rainbow will be in the way, but you'll see the ones that are hanging off the sides there. And then I will add in the rainbow piece, but I'm not going to actually put it all the way together yet because I want to be able to build my other stuff first. And so I'm just I just marked on it where where I need it to be so it's hidden when the card is folded flat. And then when you pop it up, you'll actually get to see the rainbow. And then I'm just figuring out image placement. I'm telling you, I fly by the seat of my pants. I don't plan anything out. It's how I roll. It'd probably be easier to YouTube it if I planned it out, but that's just not how I ever create. So I am just doing some acetate picks for the ones that are going to stand up a little bit, and then I will just glue and the other ones right on the cloud. And this is when I realized, because while I was finding my placement for my unicorns, I'm like, but I'm going to see the back of the unicorn. And we all know what it looks like on the back of our colored images. And these were even worse because I had stamped and it had smeared on the one side, and so I just flipped it over because there's two sides to every piece of paper. And so some of them had unicorn parts hanging on them. And I was like, well, that's not going to look cool from the backside. And so that's when I remembered I have a whole bunch of holographic paper that I had been gifted. Somebody found it at a secondhand store, and it's in about a 2 size. It's a little bit off. I think it's 4x6 or 4x5.5. I don't know. But so I have a lot of that. And so I was like, ooh, that'd be cool because, you know, you can't see vampires in the mirror. Maybe you can't see unicorns in the mirror, but glittery backs, maybe unicorns look glittery from behind. I don't know. I've never seen one. So I was like, oh, that'd be cool because it you know, adds some interest and it covers up the icky that is on the back side of my unicorn. So that worked. I just ended up flipping it over on the die cutting plate, putting the die cuts that I needed cut out on top of it. So I was cutting the icky side, and then when you flip it over, it has the pretty side. And so then now I'm just going in and doing my sentiments here. I am taking the little words are from A Day at the Beach, and the magical is from the Unicorn Picnic. And I am using VersaFine Onyx Black ink for this, and then a really old embossing powder. It's called Kaleidoscope Transparent. It's from Stamp and Stuff, and I'm pretty sure the bottle is 23, 24 years old. I just remember that I made snowflakes with it when I was dating my husband, and that was a few years ago. So if they still make it or that company's still around, wow, and I'm impressed. But it's a really cool shimmery shine. It kind of has that holographic look to it when it's done. And then I am just going to finish up this card here. So I'm adding in a couple more picks. I decided I wanted a fairy on this one. And then the other unicorn that is in the back, I wanted that one to be in between the rainbow and the other clouds. So I took a pick and bent so it has like a, I don't know, a base to it, and then put the adhesive on that base so it sits in between the two clouds, and it folds up just fine with the rest of it, and it pops back up when you pop your platform back up. So I'm just finishing this one off, and then hidden rainbow and rainbow surprise. And then from the back side, it does the same thing. So it's all finished all the way around. You don't have any icky part showing. And I love how it turned out. So the other one that I did with basically the leftover unicorns that I had on my desk right here, and then I had just done another cloud, and I had double stamped my images, my other sentiments and images. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!